Now, Dr. Google's very busy when it comes to our embarrassing health issues, apparently, because research shows we'd rather go to our PC than our GP for problems like sweating, bad breath and issues down there. Brenda, are you GP or PC kind of gal?
I'm a GP kind of gal. Fully GP. I've been with the same GP for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and they know me. They know all about my embarrassing moments that I have. The other thing that's really good about my GP is I went to see her one day and she was just looking at me because she knew me. She's like, you look a bit, you've got a few dark circles. And she tested me and she found out I was anemic, something that I didn't know, which I don't think that you can get that from Google. They're not going to look at me and be able to tell me anything.
So you're getting face-to-face appointments?
I get face-to-face, and I always get in to see my GP after I've made an appointment. And I speak to her about anything. Like I say, I've spoken to her about my sweating, which is something that's my main concern for me of a body issue as such, which it's, you know, it's gone to as far as when I'm a bit of a party animal. I like going out, clubbing as well, you know, but I found that the more that the sweating was coming on, it would stop me from wanting to go out, because as soon as I hit the door of the club, I'm already sweating.
But OK, so most people would sweat in a club, but explain to us the level that you're talking about.
I mean, you know, from the age of 40, I started sweating. I'd sit here and it would just be, you know, trickling down. And then when I got to about 45, I literally look like I've come out of a shower sometimes. It is quite embarrassing. I find I always have to explain to somebody if I'm with, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not, there's nothing wrong with me. I've just, you know, I've got a bit of a sweat problem but it's brought on by the menopause. Mine was even worse. And so now it's like, I don't go anywhere without my blot powder because I'm forever blotting. I don't go anywhere without my fans because, you know...
They're incredible. I thought they were trendy headphones.
Well, this is the thing. So now I can go to out to a club and I'll put these on. People think I've got headphones on, so I'm looking cool as well as keeping cool.
It's not just women that have this, men sweat as well. I've worked with loads of TV presenters, and the minute the cameras go on, their upper lips just absolutely, and they become completely obsessed with it.
It's very embarrassing and it's very debilitating. Yeah, and, you know, I'm always panicking, thinking people are... And my friends, they're not even bothered because they're used to it now and they know what it's about. I'm just sitting here now and I just feel it and I'm like, OK, let's...
But what did your GP say about this?
Well, she's told me, you know, to use some herbal remedies, you know, and bits and pieces, but just walk with the fans.
You could just go with a big wad of tissues.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not about to do that. No.
Oh, I see we've got a new loose woman on with us now.
Sorry.
Rexy, look how long his hair is.
Oh. I know, I tried talking of sweat, he's sweating.
Gorgeous.
I tried to time his nap, but...
What do you do? I mean, what do you do for yourself? Are you GP or PC? And obviously, what do you do for the kids?
I've personally had to stop PCing because it always gives me the worst case scenario and scares the life out of me, so I can't Google anything anymore. I don't mind not going to the GP and doing like a video call or speaking to them, even over message sometimes, just to get that peace of mind. And I'm the same with the kids. I will always kind of call and have the phone call first and go through everything before I go into the GP, because I feel conscious that I'm wasting their time sometimes. But with what Brenda was saying about sweating, there are some things that go on with your body that you do feel really conscious about discussing with your GP. And I've told you this, girls, before, that when I had Zachary, after I had Zachary, for some reason, every time I was due on, I would get really sweaty and even get BO sometimes. If I could wash like 10 times a day and it would still be there. And I was so embarrassed by it. I didn't speak to anyone about it for years. I just wouldn't see anyone or wouldn't go out. And it's debilitating when you've got something like that. So it is, I do get that embarrassment of talking. It's making me my armpits itch talking about it.
So how did you solve it in the end? Did you go and see somebody?
So I did speak to my GP in the end, and she was really lovely. She just said it's hormonal and there's not really much you can do. You can get certain things like Botox to stop you sweating, but it won't necessarily stop the smell. So it just depends how bad my period is, I suppose, as to whether I can see anyone or not.
What about you, Janet?
Well, I tell my body not to sweat, basically. I just say,
Even
you're
his
not going to
body's scared
sweat.
of you.
Yeah, even my body's terrified, it shuts down. But
Is that
people
even a
here are
thing?
laughing, but I do. I go, don't sweat. You just can't sweat right now. But it's interesting, Stacey, because you and Brenda have female GPs. Now, I find that my NHS doctor is a bloke, and I just have issues with that. I don't feel comfortable talking to him, although I have managed to talk to a male gynaecologist. Now, for years, I had a female gynaecologist, and then she retired, and now I've got a bloke, and I just about manage it. But it is really, really difficult. And I suppose the temptation to go on Google is that you get some diagnosis on Google and then you can order some over-the-counter medication online and you don't have to go in the chemist because, you know, it's difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I do quite a lot of doctor Google, but I do tend to stick to the NHS website because I kind of feel that that will give me fairly coherent info. But yeah, fascinating.